If your life ever depends on a gun actually going bang when you pull the trigger, you cannot afford to gamble on the wrong pistol. And today I'm counting down the 10 9mm handguns that have earned genuine trust through millions of rounds, military contracts, and decades of real-world use. This isn't hype. This isn't marketing. This is the list of guns that professionals actually bet their lives on every single day. Number 1 has been trusted by more people in more dangerous situations than almost any handgun ever made. Let's get into it. 10. Canik TP9 SFX. We're starting the countdown with the pistol that proved reliability doesn't have to come with a premium price tag. The Canik TP9 SFX has built a genuinely loyal following by delivering a smooth, competition-capable trigger and a rock-solid striker-fired action at a price point that undercuts nearly every major competitor on this list. What earns it a spot here isn't just the value, it's that Canik backs the gun with an aggressive lifetime warranty and has quietly racked up an impressive reliability track record among competitive shooters who put thousands of rounds through their guns every single season. A pistol that survives high-volume competition use without babying is a pistol that's proven itself under real stress, not just in a marketing brochure. For a first serious 9mm that won't let you down, this is one of the smartest budget-conscious picks on the market. Many of the internal components trace their engineering roots back to platforms already proven in military and law enforcement circles overseas, which means the value here isn't coming at the cost of cutting corners on the parts that actually matter for reliability under real use. If a budget pistol earning a spot on a trust list like this surprised you, smash that like button, because the next 9 only get more impressive. 9. FN 509 FN has been building reliable service weapons for military and law enforcement customers for well over a century, and the FN 509 brings that same pedigree into a modern striker-fired duty pistol. This gun was actually developed specifically to compete for US military sidearm contracts, which means it went through an extraordinarily demanding reliability and durability testing process before it ever reached the commercial market. That kind of institutional torture testing is exactly the sort of proof point that separates a genuinely trustworthy sidearm from something that just looks tough on paper. The 509 also ships with a fully ambidextrous control layout and a robust, corrosion-resistant finish, both features that matter enormously if this gun is ever going to be depended on in harsh conditions, rather than just a climate-controlled range. FN's manufacturing background also means the 509 benefits from decades of accumulated knowledge in producing machine guns and rifles trusted by militaries worldwide, giving the pistol a level of mechanical over-engineering that's hard to find at a comparable price point. 8. Springfield Echelon. Springfield entered the striker-fired duty pistol market relatively late compared to some of the other names on this list, but the Echelon made an immediate impression by directly targeting the reliability and durability standards used in official military pistol trials. It uses a fully serialized internal chassis, meaning the actual legal firearm is a small metal core that can be moved between different grip modules, which keeps the critical fire control components consistent and thoroughly tested, regardless of which size or configuration you're running. Springfield also built the Echelon with a direct mount optics system that doesn't rely on failure-prone adapter plates, reducing one more potential point of malfunction for anyone planning to run a red dot in a defensive role. The pistol's testing regimen reportedly included extensive dust, mud, and drop testing, modeled directly after the same standards used in official government solicitations, giving civilian buyers access to durability benchmarks that used to be reserved almost exclusively for military and agency-only trials. Pause for a second and think about which of these you'd actually trust to carry every day. Drop your current pick in the comments, because the final 2 on this list might change your mind. 7. Walther PDP. Walther has been manufacturing service pistols since the early 20th century, and that century of institutional knowledge shows clearly in the PDP. This pistol was engineered from the ground up around real shooter feedback, focusing heavily on natural pointability and consistent, repeatable accuracy under pressure, qualities that matter just as much as raw mechanical reliability when your life is genuinely on the line. The PDP's slide serrations, called super terrain texturing, were specifically designed to stay grippable even with wet or bloody hands, a detail that speaks directly to real defensive use scenarios rather than just range day comfort. Combined with a crisp factory trigger and a track record of running clean through extended torture tests by independent reviewers, the PDP has earned its reputation the hard way. Walther also offers the PDP across a wide range of barrel lengths and grip sizes without sacrificing the core reliability of the platform, meaning the same trusted internals carry through whether you're looking at a full-size duty configuration or a more compact carry variant. 6. CZ P10C. The CZ P10C took the firearms world by surprise when it launched, because CZ had spent decades building a reputation on hammer-fired pistols before finally entering the striker-fired market, and they clearly didn't rush the job. Independent torture tests have pushed P10 pistols through tens of thousands of rounds with minimal parts breakage, an unusually strong result for a relatively new platform competing against decades-old designs. The trigger is frequently cited by reviewers as one of the best factory striker-fired triggers available at any price point, which matters for reliability in a very real sense. A trigger you can control precisely is a trigger that helps you avoid unintentional discharges and keeps your shots accurate under stress. CZ backs the P10 line with genuinely responsive customer service too, which counts for a lot when you're trusting a company to stand behind their product. The polymer frame and steel slide combination also benefits from CZ's decades of firearms manufacturing experience, producing hammer-fired duty pistols still used by police and military forces across Europe, meaning the fundamentals of build quality carried over cleanly into their newer striker-fired design. 5. Beretta 92FS. You can't build a serious list of trusted 9mm pistols without including the gun that served as the official US military sidearm for decades. The Beretta 92FS and its military M9 variant went through grueling official adoption trials back in the 1980s, competing against other major manufacturers in tests that included firing tens of thousands of rounds without a single catastrophic failure. That track record didn't stop when it left military service. The 92FS remains one of the most thoroughly proven, longest-serving handgun designs in modern history, with an open slide design that makes malfunction clearing fast and intuitive even under stress. Decades of real-world military and law enforcement use across the globe have given this pistol a reliability pedigree that very few other guns on this list can match in sheer accumulated round count. It's also worth noting that many 92FS pistols still in service today have fired well beyond their originally rated service life without major parts failures, a testament to how conservatively Beretta engineered the platform from the very beginning. 4. Smith & Wesson M&P9 M2.0. Smith & Wesson's M&P line has quietly become one of the most widely carried duty pistols among American law enforcement agencies, and the M2.0 upgrade refined an already solid platform into something genuinely excellent. Agencies don't adopt a duty weapon lightly. The vetting process for a police department sidearm typically includes extensive reliability testing, environmental exposure trials, and drop safety testing that goes well beyond what an average civilian shooter would ever put a gun through. The M2.0's enhanced trigger, aggressive grip texture, and fully ambidextrous controls all reflect direct feedback from those agency trials. When thousands of officers are carrying and firing the same platform daily across the country, in every weather condition imaginable, that becomes a real-world reliability dataset that's hard to argue with. Smith & Wesson also backs the M2.0 with a strong domestic manufacturing and parts support network, meaning replacement components and warranty service are rarely more than a short wait away, which matters if you're depending on this gun long-term rather than treating it as a one-time purchase. If law enforcement adoption is a trust signal that matters to you, comment below with which duty pistol you'd want carrying your back. I want to see how this list stacks up against real agency choices. Heckler Koch VP9 HK has built its entire reputation on manufacturing firearms for elite military and law enforcement units around the world. And that same engineering philosophy runs straight through the VP9. This pistol uses HK's proprietary polygonal rifling and a striker-fired action refined from their proven P30 platform, resulting in a gun widely regarded by professional reviewers as one of the most inherently accurate and mechanically consistent striker-fired pistols on the market. HK's manufacturing standards are famously strict, with tolerances and quality control processes that go well beyond typical commercial firearm production. The VP9 also features a charging support system built into the slide itself, making it easier to manipulate under stress or with compromised hand strength. A small detail that reflects HK's obsessive attention to real-world usability rather than just range performance. HK's reputation for extreme reliability was earned over decades of supplying sidearms and rifles to some of the most demanding military special operations units in the world. And that same design philosophy of, "it just works, no matter what," carries directly into every VP9 that leaves the factory. 2. Sig Sauer P320. The Sig Sauer P320 currently serves as the official US military sidearm, known in service as the M17 and M18, having beaten out serious competition in an exhaustive multi-year military trial process, specifically designed to identify the most reliable pistol platform available. That modular, serialized chassis design allows the same core fire control unit to be reconfigured across different grip sizes and calibers, meaning the exact internals trusted by military units are the same internals available in the commercial P320 you can buy at a gun store. Sig has also continued to refine the platform's trigger and safety mechanisms in direct response to real-world feedback, showing a level of ongoing engineering commitment that matters enormously for long-term trust. When a pistol survives a brutal multi-year military evaluation against nearly every major manufacturer on Earth, and still comes out on top, that's about as strong a reliability endorsement as a handgun can earn. Beyond the military contract itself, the P320 has also become one of the most widely adopted duty pistols among American law enforcement agencies over the past several years, adding an enormous additional layer of real-world, everyday reliability data on top of its military credentials. 1. Glock 19. And at number 1, it had to be the Glock 19, quite possibly the single most trusted 9mm pistol in the entire world. Since its introduction in the late 1980s, the Glock 19 has been adopted by military units, law enforcement agencies, and civilian shooters across more countries than almost any other handgun in history. Its simple, minimal parts design means there's very little inside the gun that can actually break, and the polymer frame combined with Glock's famously loose internal tolerances allows it to keep functioning even when it's dirty, wet, or hasn't been cleaned in far longer than it should have been. Independent torture tests have pushed Glock 19s through tens of thousands of rounds, through sand, mud, and freezing conditions, with results that consistently show the gun simply keeps running. The aftermarket support is unmatched too, meaning replacement parts, holsters, and accessories are available literally everywhere on the planet. When you combine an incredibly simple, proven mechanical design with the largest installed base and the most independently verified torture test history of any 9mm pistol ever made, it's genuinely hard to argue with the Glock 19 sitting at number 1. It remains one of the most carried concealed weapons among civilians, one of the most issued sidearms among law enforcement agencies internationally, and one of the most trusted backup and duty guns among military units across dozens of countries. A level of universal trust that no other pistol on this entire list has managed to fully replicate. And that's the countdown. 10 9mm pistols that have earned real trust through military trials, law enforcement adoption, and independent torture testing, not just marketing claims. Every single gun on this list has proven itself under conditions far more demanding than a typical trip to the range. So here's what I need from you. Which of these 10 would you actually trust to carry every day? And which one is already sitting in your own safe? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. If this video helped you out, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my upcoming deep dive comparing several of these pistols side by side on the range. Stay safe, train often, and I'll see you in the next one.